Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Before starting my video, if you didn't subscribe my channel yet, please do, and do not turn on notifications as I'm sharing everyday great contents for you. Okay, let's open our MS SQL. Here is our databases. I made my text a little bit bigger. To do that, just go to tool section, options, and come to the environment title, fonts and colors, select environment and change your size, your font, whatever you want. Okay. In this lesson, I'm going to start DDL commands. We're going to use queries and creating. We're going to use create, drop, and alter commands. To do that, let's click new query icon, and as you can see, we have a command line here. All right, but I want you to make sure your database is selected by here. So our database, it seems selected master, which I don't know what it is. Just click the small triangle and select our database, which is student exam, right? DB student exam. Where is, yeah, here we go. This is our database is selected because we're going to work with this database exactly. Okay. So I'm going to talk about create. I'm going to use caps, create, alter, and drop commands. Let's say them DDL commands. Okay, let's make them all commands because we're going to get an error. All command line. Okay, let's continue with the create. So our database already created, but what if I would like to create a new database? Let's say create database, and we're going to give the name our database. Let's say db new test students, just random text. Once I finish my texting, right click on it. Is there an execute? Yeah, here is execute. You can click execute or press function 5 from your keyboard. I'm using function 5. As you can see, commands completed successfully. So our database must be created right now. To see that, right click on database and refresh them. Let's have a look. As you can see, database new test student has been created. Okay, let's make a comment. Let's continue. Let's um let's delete it now. Drop. By the way, it's not sensitive for caps or lower or uppercase. I'm just used to use uppercase while I'm working with the SQL syntax. Okay, drop database. The name of the database is db new test student, and it's here we go. It comes automatically. You can select it and press F5 from your screen. Commands completed successfully. Let's refresh our database again. As you can see, it's gone. So let's make comment again. All right. So let's continue creating our tables right now. Let's jump in our student exam because we are in our student exam database. So let's see our tables. We already have students table. Let's create now. What was the other one? Let me have a look. Lessons, right? Okay, I'm going to give an ID for each lesson and name or title. Oops, I'm going to give a title. Let's start with these two. If it's needed, we can add or remove extra properties. Okay, let's save it. Let's minimize. Okay. Okay, now let's create a table using our create commands. Create table. So the table name is going to be TBL lessons, and I'm going to open parenthesis, and I'm going to define my properties in my parenthesis. So I need an ID, which is going to be small int, and it is going to be identity, which I want to start from 1, and increment is going to be 1. So it's going to be increased one by one. Perfect. Let's put comma and continue with the second property, which is title. And it is going to be var char 30 is going to be enough, I assume. Alright, so this command is going to create a table which is called DDL lessons, and it has two different properties. The first one is ID, it's going to be small int, and it is going to be assigned 1, and it's going to increase one by one. The second property is going to be title, and it's going to hold string values with the maximum 30 characters. Okay, once I press F5, our table is going to be created. Let's see. As you can see, commands completed successfully. Let's right click on tables and refresh. As you can see, here we go. This is our table lessons. Perfect. Everything seems perfect. Um, to work with them, should I add? Okay, I can use TBS students as well. I'm gonna make this section command line. I'm done with those commands. Now let's see, let's create another table because I don't want to delete this one. I'm going to use this TBL lesson. Now I'm going to create a temporary table. Let's say test, and let's a property here, ID integer. That's all. Let's press F5. Let's see our table again. As you can see, this is a table which is called test. Now I'm going to delete it. To delete the table, we're using drop command. It is the same as deleting database. Now only different, I'm going to use table keyword to deleting table instead of database. The name of it is test. Once I click F5, so what's the problem? It's exert permission. Why I don't have any permission? It seems completed. Let's have a look. Refresh. It's gone. Sometimes the compiler gives error, guys, in SQL. I don't know why it's happening, but it's working. Once I click the F5, function 5, I got a message, commands completed successfully, and then it's gone. Okay, let's make this section command line again. Let's continue with the alter. To do that, we're going to use alter keyword with the table one. So we're going to alter a table. Let's say I am going to use TBL lessons. And what I'm going to do is I would like to add a new column. Let's give a name for our new column. I'm going to say just test, and it is going to be varchar, let's say 7. To finalize our command, I'm going to hit function 5 from my keyboard. As you can see, commands completed successfully. Let's have a look our design. I guess we need to refresh first. Let's refresh our tables. Right click on lesson and design. As you can see, we have a new column named by test, and the data type is varchar 7. Alright, I'm going to close it now. Let's make it command line. Let's use alter again. This time I'm going to use drop column method, alter table, DDL lesson. Yeah, I'm going to delete a column right now. Drop column, because I'm going to delete a column. Did I type wrongly? Let me have a look. Drop yeah, it's okay now. So the name of my column is test, which is we just created. Now I'm going to press function 5. Commands completed successfully again. Let's refresh our table and have a look. As you can see, the test column is gone. So what if I would like to change the name of my table or database or column? So what am I supposed to do? So to do that, guys, there is a special procedure which is defined by the writer of the creator of the software. Let me comment this line. So what if I would like to change my table name? What am I supposed to do then? But before that, I forgot to show you something more. I am going to use alter to change my column specification. Then I'm going to show you how we can change the name of our objects. Okay, let's use alter table DDL lessons, and I'm going to alter my, which column should I change? But let's say title, and this is, let me have a look. Oops, not you, sorry, wrong click. Let's have a look to design my TBL lesson. Oh, here we go. This is varchar 30, right? So I'm going to, by the way, it's needs to refresh. TBL lessons, yeah. This is varchar 30. I'm going to change my data type specification. Varchar, let's make it 50. So once you click function 5, commands completed successfully. Let's refresh again. All the times you need to refresh, guys, and reopen again. As you can see, your title varchar data type is limited to 50 characters right now. Okay, perfect. Now we can continue with the changing names. Normally, DDL commands create, drop, and alter. We can say confidently these two commands, but I'm gonna show you as an extra a special procedure designed by the owner of this software. So we're going to run this procedure, which is I'm going to show you how we able to run the stored procedure. We are using exec keyword, and our procedure name is sp hyphen rename. If you would like to change the database, select the rename DB. If you would like to change the rename another object, just use sp rename. Okay. Once you add a space, you will able to see how you're able to use this procedure. So it is asking you an object name, varchar. So our table name is tbl lessons, tbl lessons, put comma. As you can see, it's switched to other section, and new name is going to be tbl new lessons. And the third one is object type, but it can be null, as you can see. I'm going to leave it null, and let's see if it's going to work to using function 5. There is a caution, but it is completed anyway, completed time. The caution is changing any part of an object name could break scripts and store procedures. It means once you created and you building your database and tables, you're using your table name to create triggers, stored procedures. So once you change the name, it is telling you everything could be messed up. Just be careful. Okay, now refresh our tables, and our table name is TBL new lessons again. Okay, let's make a comment. I'm going to copy the same section to bring my name back. Let's type here new and delete new from here, and F5. Let's make a comment, refresh our tables. TBL lessons, here we go. Perfect. Anything else should I tell you in this lesson? Let me have a look. Quickly create database. Let's try to change our database name as well. Exec. So we're not using exec. Actually, we're going to use alter database. So I'm going to add our old name, which is existing one, db student exam, and the new name is going to be modify name. Let's say db students exams. Anything else? Let's use function 5. Let's refresh our databases. As you can see, db students and exams. But if you get an error about your database is locked or something, all right, let's try to type it must be about session or something. I'm not quite sure, but if it's say you about an error which is going to be your database is locked, you cannot change your name, blah blah blah, all you need to do is alter database. Let's copy your name here again and set offline, which is you have to be very careful if you're working an important database. You're going to add all sessions, you're going to stop people using your database is going to be offline, right? So you have to be careful. Set offline with rollback immediate, and if you do that, let me have a look. All right, we change our database name, by the way. Our new database name is, it's telling us there is now such a database which is named db student exam. Now our new name is this one. That's F5. Your current database is switched to master because it's offline now. So I'm going to make it online again. But as I told you before, you have to be careful if you're doing offline your database. Alter database set. Let's give our name again. Set online and F5. Oh, alter, yeah, database. Oh, perfect. Let's function 5. Commands completed successfully. Then try to change your database name using alter database and modify names. All right, perfect. It's going to work. And if you have some questions, again, you can drop comment below the video. I try to help you. But before that, I want you to scratch yourself. If you get an error to doing this, before asking me, which I'm really would like to, I really would like to help you. Try to find out the solution yourself using Stack Overflow or ChatGPT or Googling. It makes you remember what the solution is much more quickly. Alright, now I'm going to finish this lesson here. We finalize DDL command in this section. Now I'm going to save this file. Let's save this file to our MSSQL repository. Here we go. Let's say query list. Okay, let's save it. Or I'm going to say query list for DDL. I'm going to use different files for every lesson. Okay, DDL command. Let's save it. Perfect. Now we can open our git bash and commit our changes to our local repository. I'm going to close this one. Let's close that one. Yeah, this is ChatGPT. I'm always asking ChatGPT. He's like my mentor. Before that one, I struggle have to actually change the name of the database, and it's led me how can I offline and make online the database again. I always suggest you use the ChatGPT or Stack Overflow to get your solutions, guys. If you stop scratching, this is the time you failed, because I remember while I was studying my lessons, how can I say, 2 days long I talk with the ChatGPT like a like a machine. Yeah, I talk with the ChatGPT for 2 days to get my answer, to get my commands work. So this is what you need to do. You need to be you have to be eager, and you have to be a patient person until you get your result. Okay, let's continue our git bash. Let's have a look. Let's have a look our where we are. We need to go to desktop. Yep. And cd MSSQL. Yep, here we go. We are in main. Let's have a look our status. We have one modify and we have one another file. Let's close the Excel file. Let's have a look again, because this is a temporary file, guys. You're going to get an error if you keep doing it. Let's have a look our status again. Alright, one modified, one new file. Alright, git add, now git commit --m DDL command lessons. Alright, let's enter. Perfect. Let's have a look our log. DDL command lessons. Perfect. Alright guys, I'm going to finish this lesson here. Thank you very much for watching my videos, and if you crush the like button, I will be very appreciated. It really motivates me to create new contents. And as I told you before, if you have a question, do not hesitate to drop the comments below the video. Take care of yourself. See you on next lesson, guys. Bye bye.